Hey y'all, it's my review for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 13 Reunion Part 3. We're at the end of the road for another reunion. And yeah, again, I'm sorry for getting to it so late. Life be lifing. I was on vacation. Hopefully y'all still watch it. Let's get into it. So we left off on Kyle and Sutton going back and forth, and I'm pretty sure it was because of Kyle's insinuation that Sutton is an alcoholic. Sutton's referring to when Teddy the Gnat said that she carries a bottle of alcohol in her purse. And of course, Kyle didn't say anything. Look, I'd be mad at a person I consider my friend too if they're near someone that says something disparaging about me and then just laughs or not say anything at all. Sutton says, Kyle, you have relentlessly been mean to me. Kyle is like, well, where did it start from? They're going back and forth. Kyle actually tells her to shut up and listen. And then she refers to the dinner again when Sutton was coming after her. I'm guessing that's what makes it right. It feels like they're at a stalemate because when Sutton's talking about when Kyle was mean to her, then Kyle comes back at her, well, you were mean to me at the dinner and inquiring about my marriage. And then back and forth. So Andy finally says, where do y'all go from here? How does the friendship move forward? Kyle says she still loves Sutton, that's why her words hurt so much. She says she just needs some time and she don't believe it's something that they can't fix. And Sutton actually agrees and says they'll eventually be fine. I mean, y'all know how I love when housewives know to move on, unlike certain franchises. Wow, after all that, they get up and hug it out. Was that an eye roll from Erica Jane? I'd probably do the same thing. So now this segment is over and we're getting behind the scenes. Kathy is on her way out, but she's taking forever. It looks like it's nighttime now, and I'm sure the ladies have been there since the wee hours of the morning. They're like, okay, we can go now. It's crazy that they're at nighttime now because they still didn't get to the subject of Kyle's marriage, impending divorce, as well as her relationship with Morgan. I also love when Garcelle asks, was Kathy supposed to be a surprise? But for real, why is Kathy there? Bravo really just worships the ground she walks on. So as Kathy finally arrives on stage, the camera pans to Sutton, who looks shocked, nervous, and frightened for some reason. I really do believe at this time, like, Kathy was gonna come after Sutton. And it looks like, you know, from recent events, I just saw on Instagram that they did a live together, so I guess everything's cool now. But luckily for Sutton, she was whisked away to the ER. Kathy is already being Kathy. She says she doesn't watch the show, but she watched clips. But she loves watching what happens live because it just goes by so fast. So the next reel is dedicated to Kyle and Kathy's relationship and how Kyle says that some of the ladies are very heavily influenced by Kathy. Like they don't want to get on her bad side, or they're quick to take her side because it's Kathy Hilton. So Kathy seems very humored by the reel, and Andy asks Erica, who do you think is afraid of Kathy? And she gives kind of like a veiled answer, like most of Beverly Hills. So as Erica's talking, the camera pans to Kathy, and it looks like she's giving Sutton an eye, and then right at that moment, Sutton's like, whoo, whoo. We're like, what's going on here? And y'all, I'm just doing a reenactment. It is in no way making fun of Sutton. I just want to put that out there. But yeah, everyone is like concerned. We see the on-set EMTs checking on Sutton. And you know Anne-Marie, she went into nurse mode immediately. As Sutton's being checked out, you hear people say, oh, she's shaking, she's hot. Kathy says, hot flash? Sutton, you're 49. It's bound to happen. The way Kathy is reacting to this, also, Sutton is 49. I think she's about 5 years off. So the paramedics are saying like her blood pressure is really high. They're suggesting that she just goes to urgent care and like they don't need 911 to be called. So then we pan over to the other side of the couch where Kathy and Eric is just having casual homegirl conversations. So girl, how you been? While all this is going on. So then we see Sutton being held backstage by Garcelle, of course. As she's walking away, we see Kathy telling Kyle, I was gonna go after her next. Here's the thing, y'all. I'm just giving my honest opinion. I do think it was very coincidental for Sutton to need medical attention at that specific point, but I don't think that she made it up. But I do think that she was nervous and that triggered something, like maybe she had a panic attack or something. And lucky for Sutton, she had to go to urgent care, so she didn't have to be a part of this segment. So we'll never know what truly would have happened if Sutton stayed. We then cut to Kathy still chuckling about the situation. She even tells Erica it's a good way to get out of being here. I do think, unfortunately, as a fan, we were robbed of a moment of Kathy versus Sutton. So now the cameras are following Sutton and Garcelle as she's being escorted to her trailer. It looks like Garcelle's leaving too. So now you have Garcelle and Sutton leaving the reunion. They're not done yet because we still haven't even gotten to Kyle's mess. So they're back on stage now. They're gonna finish the reunion. On one side of the couch is just Crystal and Anne-Marie. But yeah, we continue talking about who's afraid of Kathy Hilton. And look, after that, I guess we found out. One thing you can say though, Erica is not afraid of Kathy. And I think Kathy respects her because of that, because they're kikiing. I don't know why Kathy's trying to put on this act like she's not the grand dame of Beverly Hills and she can shut people out. As they're talking about Kyle and Kathy's relationship, it just really feels like damage control on Kathy's part. I know a lot of people love Kathy, but I still think we're not seeing the real Kathy. I know we hate Lisa Rinna, but I definitely think that Kathy said whatever she said. But just nobody cared, and I just thought that was so fascinating. So of course they bring up the drama between Mauricio and Kathy's husband, Rick Hilton. We all know the age-old story when Mauricio used to work under Rick Hilton at his firm when he didn't really have that much money. So he's successful there, but he felt like he wasn't getting his due monetarily and professionally. So he left and allegedly took some of their contacts and poached their agents, made his own agency, and look, the agency is super successful. We have the show coming up on Netflix. I think it's out now. Can't wait to watch that. Probably watch it tonight. Anywho, they're talking about it, and it looks like this is a sore topic between Kathy and Kyle because it really fucked up their relationship, but Kyle doesn't want to go back down that road. So she tries to move on with the conversation. So then we're back outside at Sutton's trailer, and they make the decision she's just gonna leave and go to urgent care because I'm sure Bravo does not want to be sued again. So Andy gets the word that Garcelle and Sutton are done for the day, so they're just gonna continue on. So now we move on to how Kyle and Kathy got close again. They had to see each other at their niece's wedding, Kim's daughter. If it's one thing that Kyle, Kathy, and Kim's daughters know how to do, is get married. Jesus. I feel like there's been so much drama over weddings they've had to go to because of their daughters. So this is definitely turned into the Kyle and Kathy show. They're making amends as they're on the couch. And I don't know, just something about it just feels so orchestrated. Like, deep down, you know they really don't like each other, but they're like, oh, we're sisters. Like, I feel like they're always gonna bicker. There always is gonna be a problem. Like, if she comes back next season, they're probably gonna be at odds again. So finally, through the halfway mark of this episode, we get to the Kyle and Mauricio segment, which will probably finish out the reunion. So first question to Kyle is there any specific moment that really just kicked off the hard year that her and Mauricio had? Kyle is running circles around this question. Like, one specific moment, girl. Like, really? She's talking about the issues being a mom, being put to the side. This is such a veiled answer. Things I was putting up with, like I got to my breaking point. What happened? She's not gonna tell us. I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be pissed by the end of this reunion. And I also think if Sutton and Garcelle were there, they'd be like, well, what specifically happened? What the fuck is going on here? So then Andy brings up like the infidelity rumors that's been happening since, hell, Brandy was on the show. She says she always had that cast of doubt in the back of her head. But did it happen or not? I need Andy to be a straight shooter. Did he cheat on you or not? Was there infidelity, yes or no? So the only yes we got so far is when Andy asked her, did all those rumors like start to chip away at you, like your trust for Mauricio? She says yes. He cheated on her. We're all just gonna assume that. Like, she don't even need to answer it. He cheated on her. I think the reason why Kyle isn't giving straight answers is because for some strange reason, she still wants to protect Mauricio. She doesn't want to embarrass him or herself. And I get it, Mauricio's probably a good guy, great father, but there's some men that are still serial cheaters. So then they're talking about when Mauricio got on Dancing with the Stars, and he definitely got close to his dance partner. And Kyle says that if they were in a better place, she would have never allowed that because she would have got jealous. Wasn't it season 1 where Kyle was almost about to beat this bitch up for being too close on Mauricio? Yeah, like she would be guarding him. So I guess it does says a lot that he was on Dancing with the Stars and she didn't care. We're then talking about when Mauricio was filmed holding his dance partner's hand, to him partying with Anita in Aspen. I mean, just like how Mauricio's doing his own thing, Kyle was doing her own thing too with Morgan. And she said that they're separated and they're allowed to do their own thing. Side note, we only have 15 minutes left of the reunion, and honestly, I don't know why Crystal and Anne-Marie are even still there. They could have just left with Sutton and Garcelle. Next question to Kyle, read by Andy, is from a fan asking, what is the real reason that she split up with Mauricio, and why won't she just spit it out? She says, because it's nobody's fucking business. Really? Really? You've been on this show for 13 years and you're saying that your business is nobody's business? To quote Manila Luzon from All Stars, you already did this, girl. You know how this works. And you know what really boils my blood about Kyle sometimes? Kyle! It's the fact that at the end of every season, she always does this little tiptoe dance, or whether she's gonna come back or not. She loves the attention. Of course she's gonna come back. It's like, don't be complaining about telling your business if you're gonna come back every season because you love the attention. She does. And Andy just takes this answer, doesn't even follow up on that. It's just like, dude, you're on a reality show. You're gonna tell your business. So then they move on talking about how Kyle and Mauricio are separated but still living together. She says eventually one of them is gonna move out and most likely is gonna be Mauricio. And here go the tears. So now that's the end of them talking about Kyle and Mauricio, the separation, impending divorce. We didn't get nothing. Pretty much. I think we get more information from the Netflix show than what Kyle told us on the reunion. I'm sorry, I'm let down as a fan, I'm disappointed, and maybe Kyle shouldn't come back, even though it probably would hurt the show. But don't come back if you don't want to tell your business. So now we get to Kyle and Morgan's reel about their lesbian relationship, bitch. You know, all that throughout the season. She's probably not gonna tell us jack shit either about this. She's probably just gonna say, oh, me and Morgan are just good friends. I don't know why people thought we were together. Even though there's a music video implying that they're in a relationship. So as they're talking about it, Crystal speaks up and says that she thought they were in a relationship. And I'm like, why wouldn't she? Like, they were acting like girlfriends. I mean, getting tattoos together. And she didn't know Morgan for a long time. Like, she met Morgan off Instagram. So the way Kyle is chastising Crystal right now, like, oh, you heard from the tabloids? No, bitch, like, look at y'all. So then they asked Dorit the same question, and she thought they were girlfriends too. Like, why is Kyle trying to act like so surprised? So here go Kyle again, dancing around the question. I'm over it. Like, I just want to turn the reunion off right now. Like, she has single-handedly brought down this reunion with her spin, like her avoiding the questions, not being truthful. Like, why are we here? Why are we here? Sutton and Garcelle leaving was a detriment to the reunion. I actually think if Kathy wasn't there, we probably would have got some real answers out of Kyle. So now they're talking about that infamous music video, and Kyle's trying to say it happened before Mauricio and her were really on the outs. But still, it doesn't explain why. Like, why would you just randomly be a love interest in this woman's video who you just met? So then we get to a clip of them explaining the behind the scenes of the video, and Morgan says that people were obsessed with their friendship. Not obsessed, it's just this is a married woman who's going through a tumultuous time with her husband, now hanging with the lesbian she met on Instagram who they're doing personal, intimate things with. So people have questions. Anywho, they said they thought it would be a good idea for them to poke fun at this obsession that the people had with them. I mean, all it did was just confirm what we already thought. Kyle is just so full of shit. She then says she said yes to Morgan because, I mean, she was curious. Are y'all in a relationship? Have y'all been intimate with each other? Why is Andy not asking the questions we want to know? Speaking of that, Andy then asked her the $1 million question, is there anything going on with the two of you? And then she says, in that way? No. Semantics, she's lying. Lies. We got 4 more minutes. I really want to turn this off. She says they're not a couple, and then Andy asks, do you have feelings for her? Well, I mean, I love her. You know, she's my friend. I want to throw this fucking remote at my flat screen. Oh, Lord. Just wasting my time. Just wasting my time. I can't wait to see what Brooke Ashley had to say about this. I'm sure she has the same sentiments. Kyle is wasting our motherfucking time. We didn't get none of the answers we wanted to know. None. Kyle was then asked, can she see herself being with Morgan? I don't know. I don't know. Andy's still not asking the right questions. Have you and Morgan kissed before? Have you and Morgan ever slept in the same bed with each other? Have you seen Morgan naked? Like, you're not asking the specific questions. Calvin just sums it up to her evolving. Evolving during a midlife crisis. All right, so that was the end of questioning about Morgan, and the reunion is coming to a close. Andy is doing the usual round the couch moment, starting with Anne Marie, who we know was not asked to come back, and I'm sure she felt played. She said that they sought her out. But girl, I mean, look, you just didn't really do a good job. And then, you know, the whole thing with your husband, they don't want to get into that. So they cut you loose. Too bad, so sad. Bye, Ashy. Let's see. Dorit, it was real long-winded, and Andy yawned again. I'm not sure if it was on purpose or not. And of course, they end with Kyle, and look, I am not pleased with Kyle after this reunion. I'm very mad at her. And I don't give a shit if she comes back or not. So yeah, the credits are rolling, and unfortunately, Garcelle and Sutton aren't a part of it. So yeah, in the beginning it had some moments, to talk about, but I'm just disappointed because we didn't really find anything out regarding Kyle. Like, she kept teasing it and nothing. But for this reunion, I give it a B minus because it's just a big deduction because of this last part. As far as the season itself, I would give the season, because I really enjoyed it actually. Like, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna give it like an A minus. A minus. And if I'm being real mean, a B plus. Wasn't bad. I'm looking forward to next season. Hopefully they make a little bit of changes. I don't want Crystal back. Y'all already know that. Dorit, she can be demoted. I don't want her to leave just yet. I think her and PK are headed for divorce. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all thought of the season as well as this last part of the reunion. Kyle! Since that's the last time I'm gonna say that in a while. Had to get it out. But yeah, with that, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for the Miami reunion. Part 3. Okay, bye.